Welcome to this short introduction of the AQOIA Business Accelerator. At AQOIA, we use a different but proven approach to enterprise-wide profitability management. And during this video, we hope to help you understand what things you need to be aware of, what pitfalls may have to be overcome, and how we at AQOIA can help you not only design and implement a far superior solution with extremely quick ROI, but also that with our packaged-up software, models, support and experience, we can guide you along the path to success, much faster and with much less risk and much less expense. It is becoming much more important in today's changing world, where large corporations with traditional business models are struggling to cope with new competitive threats, new types of consumers, and new types of business problems. Continuing to address these issues in the traditional way can only end one way. Fortunately, there are also new classes of technology available, and enterprises will need to start to look to exploit the opportunities these present. If you are thinking of starting a profitability initiative, whether that be in a cost-to-serve analysis, an attempt to understand your customer or brand profitability, or whether you are looking at your trade terms or promotional effectiveness, we can help you. Likewise, if you are not happy the way your current initiative is heading, it is important when undertaking a journey of this nature to fully consider your options and where you want to end up. Your initial choices will drive your approach and may limit your outcome. How are you going to carve out the solution you want? And more importantly, is it one fit for purpose in this era of continual change? What should you be careful of when embarking upon this journey? Well, in this presentation, we want to make you aware of two big issues that you absolutely need to be aware of. These issues are connected, but will resonate once we highlight them. The first challenge is hard, concentrated, tangible, and will be familiar to you. The second is softer, but deadly. The tangible one is technical in nature, and the pervasive but deadly one is organizational. Firstly, we would like to address the technical challenge. When you seek to embark upon your journey, you will hear a few things which have been repeated many times before, tried but never truly delivered anywhere. We will design an Excel model. We will use an Access database. Stop! You are a world-class enterprise. You are facing threats from everywhere. A rapidly changing marketplace, more sophisticated consumers expecting choice, variety and low prices, and competitors who are flexible, fast, and coming for your market. You know that running your company's profitability management from a spreadsheet will not cut it anymore. Margins are getting so small, you will need a magnifying glass soon. It's important in these initiatives to focus up front on what is possible with the technology that is out there, what it will allow you to do, and where this can get you to, and not on what you currently have in-house. If you start off thinking your only option of getting somewhere is with a horse and then work on trying to improve on it, you have already stated the parameters of what you will finish up with. You may make it healthier and fitter. You may even make it jump over fences. But at the end of the day, it will still be a horse. That may have been okay one day in the past, but not any longer, where there are better options. Meanwhile, wait for it, The number one mistake you will hear is, let's build it in our enterprise data warehouse. No, 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 no. Stop. This could be a very expensive mistake. We could harp on about the obvious technical points. It's not what it's designed for. It can't do any calculations other than the most basic. It is hardwired and fixed upon one view of the world, ignoring local nuances. It will grind to a halt unless you limit what it has or aggregate the data, making every customer and product look the same, because you have effectively made them the same. In fact, we could go on and even show you a whole presentation on why it is not suitable. But this is not even the main point. The main point is that going down this route, you will spend all your time on the how and not getting the benefits. You should be doing this, getting the benefit out of the solution, focusing on where you want to go and what you will do there. Not this, trying for years with hundreds of consultants carving a solution out of your data, forcing it into something that is not even suitable and will not even be very good at the end of it. The approaches we have just talked about have been tried elsewhere. As said, with at best limited success. At this point, you may be wanting more information on why this is the case. Your journey will be full of traps along the way. We know. We have done this before. The traps will come at different stages of the journey, but they will come. So, what are they? Here are 5 technical traps, which we will look at in more detail. Trap 1 is that standard systems oversimplify and drive ad hoc solutions. Companies have spent 25 years standardizing systems, processes, and roles. The problem is, most of the action is now happening outside, beyond the line of sight of standard systems of records and enterprise data warehouses, leading to an explosion of disjointed silo point solutions that promote within silo working and optimization at the expense of the whole. Trap 2 is your ability to cope with scale and range of data. The rate of change within and outside your business is outpacing your standard decision support system's ability to keep up. Despite increasingly nuanced and new diverse data, there are growing business-critical gaps in data and insight, causing key decisions to be and remain judgment only. Trap 3 is that transaction systems, enterprise data warehouses, and point solutions are unable to illuminate high-impact opportunities, as they are designed and used for a different purpose, such as group MI, auditing, budgeting, planning, and statutory regulatory reporting. Your transaction systems capture detail, but it's missing context within which to act. Data warehouses, on the other hand, can provide context, but are so high level that targeted actions are not possible, whilst point solutions and Excel aimed at operations overcomplicate and muddle the true enterprise picture. Trap 4 is that whilst your organizations are seeing the dissolving of hierarchies and the growth of networks, your information systems are still firmly rooted within the nodes of your hierarchies. Insight must lead to actions that matter on someone's agenda, and business resources must be available to make actions happen. Trap 5 is that you cannot engage, leverage, and harness group-wide synergies. Second and third order efficiency and effectiveness will come from reorganizing, leveraging, and focusing group power whilst remaining highly relevant locally. Organization silos, layers, and disjointed systems get in the way. If all these haven't been enough, there are more problems. The second major challenge is the organizational one. Despite the significant technical and functional hurdles to navigate on a complex analytics initiative, that can thankfully be addressed through technology and awareness. By far and away, the single biggest impediment to success is that of organization and initiative inertia. Individuals, teams, indeed the whole organization is tired of a relentless sea of ever-ongoing change. This change will never stop. The whole market and industry, through the adoption of digital technologies, is going through unprecedented change. The very structure of the market is also changing, as are demographics. Organizations are being forced to simultaneously innovate and reduce costs, while doing more with less, on increasingly demanding audiences and micro-segments. The consumers are now squarely in control and pulling demand on whatever they want from wherever they can get it. The need to respond to this with increasingly scarce resources of time and capital has massive implications to the inner workings of an organization, its processes, and its people. With new, much nimbler, agile competitors and these increasingly demanding and more profitable micro-niches, the largest of organizations who thrive on cost and scale are truly challenged. Their sheer scale and reach as they seek to resolve a myriad of conflicting initiatives and priorities that once in more stable times gave them their competitive edge and advantage is transforming rapidly into an Achilles heel. How then to land a mission-critical initiative designed to save, find, and make money that derives its very value from driving cross-function collaboration at enterprise scale, as the organization itself must morph to agility whilst retaining its scale advantage, whilst it is already busy fighting market, competitive and internal forces with tired people that, simply put, almost have nowhere else to turn. The question is, how to help these people, not hinder them? How to help the teams performing initiatives, not hinder them? And how, by doing so, help the organization, not hinder them in their quest for growth and profit, is both the challenge and key. Fortunately, there is an emergent precedent we can borrow from, that on a technical level has had to address all of these conflicts and more. That points us directionally to the answer. It's called Biz Ops, and our solution is designed to enable this and to harness the power of the networks. In summary, conventional approaches to this are no longer a viable option. Using Excel to define requirements and treating it as a cottage industry won't cut it as we have described. An ERP or EDW approach is also not a solution. These will not deliver what you want or require. If anything on here or in this presentation has resonated, you and your organization are at risk. And you need to rethink your approach. It is understandable if this seems somewhat daunting now. But there are other ways of doing this. The question is, what? Firstly, the world has moved on. Not just the market conditions, but also the technology available. So get something which is designed not only for where you need to go, but also designed to get you there. Don't go down the faster horse route, and don't waste time, money and resources building a sub-optimal solution using your existing technology. Here's a thought. Use a modern solution with a modern approach from people who have done this before. We know what data you require and how to deal with your master data to give a solution designed to be used locally but be consistent globally, massively enhancing both the utility and potential of your initiative. We also have a proven, fast, easy methodology encompassing implementation, governance, and rollout to accelerate and de-risk your initiative. Why is this better? Because we have done this before in large multinational retail and CPG companies, and an earlier version of our solution was described by Gartner as the most advanced solution of its kind ever implemented. And our solution has formed the core of a number of Hackett Group discussions. And we have packaged all this up into our Business Accelerator, meaning you do not have to keep reinventing the wheel. As a result, with our accelerator, you will not need an invasion of busloads of consultants, which we are sure will go down well with your stakeholders. The question is, what are the advantages of getting the AQOIA Business Accelerator from day one of your initiative? You can focus upfront on outcomes, buy-in, and alignment, and not on technology constraints. You can look group-wide, capturing systemically the local nuances. You can determine critical conversations, scripts, that need to be solved by management groups and the analytics to support them. And you will be able to identify possibilities and gaps using accelerators at market level and group-wide. You can accelerate your initiative and get it off the launch pad more quickly with less risk. And you will be able to align stakeholders through target management groups with actual technology, not Excel. You can simulate your overall initiative and initiative outcomes. You can identify data requirements and data scope, and you will be able to describe a proof of value scope in the accelerator to load in your data. You will be ready to implement and operationalize. And you will be able to expand, exploit, and scale incrementally with positive ROI and value. All done on the same technology and scalable from exploratory stages to full-on enterprise scale. The Business Accelerator comes on a simple-to-use portal consisting of our knowledge repository, our collaboration hubs, and the software downloads and FitBiz programs to get you underway. Our knowledge repository contains a wealth of information and resources which will massively accelerate and de-risk your initiative. It is a result of years of practice in helping companies to save money, make money, and find money in programs such as this. Our accelerator cultivates and enables collaboration, both during your initiative, but more importantly, in capturing value from your solution. And it's all done on the same technology and scalable from exploratory stages to full-on enterprise global scale. Meaning there is no more need to make your old nag do things it's not fit for. If you want to learn more about AQOIA's Business Accelerator, go to www.aquoiagroup.com or email info@aquoiagroup.com.